What's up? What's up? What's up, confessors? How you doing? How you doing? It is Monday, Mayhem Monday, Monday, August 21st, 2023. Yes, it is. Happy Monday. If you are just coming in, please like and subscribe and all of that good stuff. This video is not for children, so if you are under the age of 18, goodbye. Hello, my grown people. Let's get into it, but first we shall jam. All right. Let me bring up my lovely co-host. We can get into it all. Miss Dina, aka Christina. Hey, boo, hey.
Hey, boo, hey.
How you doing?
Girl, tired.
Looking good in that royal blue. Is that royal turquoise? Royal
That's a,
blue?
it's a turquoise. Let me get a little closer so you can
Oh,
see.
yeah, that's cute. I
Yeah.
like the way
You
that
know,
neck drip line.
girl, I'll be loving my ocean colors.
Okay. Swimming deep at the ocean. Yes. Okay. Well, this motherfucker's here. Okay. And when I mean motherfucker, I do mean Clay.
Well, Jesus.
Clay is on his path. Um, Jax has found out. The whole entire club has found out. Tara has found out that Clay knows about the letters. Clay don't threaten Tara. Tig don't gave up his past sergeant of arms back after he saw what he did to Gemma. And it is just not, it's been a no good, very bad day for Clay. Like
Mm-hmm.
everyone is turned against them, and then poor Juice still is just out of this world. We see him finally confide in Chibs that the reason why he's been the way he's been and all snatch sidle is because the sheriff Roosevelt found out that his son was black, and he told him, and now he's in with that, and now he has finally
His
come to
dad. His
expose
dad.
somebody.
His dad, right.
Yes, his daddy, Pops is black. Okay. But it still says Hispanic on his birth certificate. So Chip told him to chill the fuck out. Now, you tell me, what would you have done in this situation? Now, if you in a club and you found out that your daddy is the race that by law you cannot be in the club, like, how do you handle this?
Look,
I
this
mean,
ain't we ain't in the laws of 1/16 anymore, okay? What says on my birth certificate said what it says on my birth certificate. Cause I guarantee you ain't none of us pure nothing. Okay. So you can
oh,
take
sure.
these Caucasians that's here in America, not the ones that then came over from Europe with Queen of England and all that. And you can run some DNA on even some of them because they come from people be like, "Oh, I can't believe there's a white African." Yes, down off in Johannesburg and South Africa, and honey, they be having blonde hair, blue, green eyes, red hair, green eyes, and straight African. Okay, so
You know.
you go up north, or north east, whatever it is, to the England and Paris and all of them ain't 100% neither. So these ones over here, first of all, let's not forget your great granddaddy was bumping them slaves, okay?
For sure. Bumping it up.
Okay. Y'all
Bumping
go
it up.
ahead and research Thomas Jefferson and Sarah. Okay. We're gonna educate y'all today in case you didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of these light skinned half African American, half Caucasian, was passing back in the day. That's where the term passing came from because they were so light skinned. I think I was in the seventh or eighth grade. I had a teacher, her name was Miss Burnett, and she had this real pretty sandy brown hair, the kind like mixed kids get or whatever. And she was all the way white. Both her parents were white, but
Mm-hmm.
somewhere back down the line, they had some mixed bloodlines. And she came out and she would tease us all the time. When she came out, her mama and daddy was looking at each other like, where does baby come from? And then they had been married for years, her daddy requested a DNA. But what
Damn.
but what it was, you know what I'm saying? She had like some olive, like darker olive skin, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
and the sandy brown hair, as if one parent was white and one parent was black, but both parents was white. But this came down through the generations, you know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
it happens that way, you know.
Right.
And so while all these Caucasians sitting up here thinking they 100% Caucasian, it just got blended back in, you know. You had your great woo 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 doing whatever, and then she passing for white. She marry a white man. Then they have kids that look white. Then they go and they get with the white, and then somehow genetically, boom, you spit out a dark skinned baby, and you like, what the hell happened? So yeah. And then I ain't saying nobody was cheating. I'm saying just genetics, that it could be that way back down the line this person had some Native American or black in their family. This person did too, and then them genetics get together and they be like, hey, I've been looking for you, I've been looking for you, and boom, now you got a black baby.
There you have it. Okay, so Tig don't came in and he has had it up to here with Clay.
Mm-hmm.
Clay's been shutting Tig out for a real long time. Tig been quiet. He been saying stuff to Bobby. He been keeping it on the low low. But when he sees Clay coming in all busted and bruised up and don't know what the hell's going on, and Clay's still like, you don't got to worry about this. You don't got to worry about that. Actually, yes, he do. Tig is your right hand man. Your right hand man. Tig is supposed to know everything about you, club wise, whatever.
But
Wise. You ain't got to tell me
he
details, but he needs to know.
but see, him and Tig been acting funny style ever since Tig didn't unalive Opie at the warehouse.
Well, see, Tig don't even, but he told Tig that he couldn't even get a shot. So Clay don't know that he couldn't do it.
But
But
yeah, he do know. He do know. Tig told Clay he couldn't get a good shot off, but Tig also felt remorse because he unalived Donna. And so
well,
Clay,
see, I think that came from because Tig finally told Opie that he's the one who did it,
but
and if Tig did it, then that means he had to have been ordered to do it.
exactly.
So
So what I'm saying is there's been some uh, underlining issues with Tig and Clay, because Tig finally seeing Clay ain't operating correctly. Then he did what was ordered to do, but at the end of the day, he's still a human, and he's starting to feel like maybe I shouldn't have did all of that. And I think Clay knows that Tig is feeling some bang bang remorse.
I mean, well, shoot, as he should. I mean,
As
Clay is
he
the
should.
only
But you
ruthless,
supposed to be.
heartless motherfucker in the club. Actually, you know
Well,
what I'm saying?
that's where Clay thinks everybody's supposed to be like him. And Clay paranoid too. Opie did
Yeah,
their 5 years, 6 years, or whatever it was, and came back, and Clay was still paranoid. Clay
he
paranoid
still
about
is here,
everything.
or he should be. I mean, because Clay just got Clay been paranoid since he
You think he
had
is
the
a meth
mechanic
head?
mess with JT bike. Clay been paranoid since
Yep, the
then.
rest of JT is on his shoulder, making him paranoid as hell. I mean, look at him being paranoid about Tara. How many people's butt wounds when they got banged in the butt, and all the people she didn't save, and all the messes that she didn't got him out of with the drug, with the the pharmaceutical drugs, not the street drugs, but the
Mm-hmm.
pharmaceutical drugs. She helped them get that off. You know what I'm saying? She in deep. Like, it ain't like she just did a butterfly stitch on somebody's forehead. She didn't sew
Yeah,
up gunshot wounds. She didn't help with the pharmaceuticals. There's a whole list of
you
stuff.
don't snatch the nanny with Gemma.
Right. Yeah,
You
that
know.
part. Yeah. And on top of that, she was hiding Gemma's secret until she told about what happened to her with the whoop whoop people. So
Not to
yeah,
mention all the club secrets at
right.
that, you know?
So, and if she goes snitching, she going down too.
Exactly. I mean, Tara may have
Nobody
been
is safe. Nobody is safe. There is not one person over 18 in this whole entire series that's safe except for the bread lady.
Yeah, she's the one who's the homeless lady. Lets you know when it's a wrap. Whenever
Right.
you see her, it's like, oh shit, what
Who
the
about
fuck
to
must
get
have
it?
happened?
Yeah.
That's always the thing. Always
I
the thing.
mean, now they want to bring her back in some capacity and run down her rap sheet. But as far as I'm concerned,
What is she?
everybody dirty.
They all
What's his name? Elliot Dirty. Um, what's his name's brother? The one that the police officer.
hell.
Hell, he dirty. Unks are dirty, even though we like him, he's still dirty. And all the police officers that they done had working for them off and on this whole entire time, all the Mayans, all the Niners, the Nazis,
I mean,
and
everybody. Look at that.
Syrians,
Look at that.
and who else was it? There was another
It
group of
was a
people. They
lot.
was
It was a lot. It was
yeah.
quite a lot. It was just a lot.
And then look at all the girls in there. Lila used to be coked out all the time. Luann used to be a porn star, and she done did some illegal things here and there to get her money before she got off the couch and behind the camera. So yeah, ain't nobody safe. Ain't
Nobody.
nobody safe.
No.
And we know Gemma got 50 million sins. We ain't got enough time to run down all her sins.
Right. So the dynamic between Clay and Unser is completely a wrap.
Right.
It was really messed up when how you gonna make fun of a man that goes to the rescue for your wife that you almost snatched trying to beat her to a pulp. You know what I'm saying? Like you is really screwed up in the head. And I think
Very
at
much
this
so.
point, you know what? I think at this point it could even be a little bit of jealousy
Mhm.
because we clearly know Gemma will go to Unser for something before she goes to Clay to something at this point.
Right.
And he knows that, he's Gemma still has his heart and in a way he has Gemma's because Gemma loves him even though not like that, but she loves him. She's known him for so long, and
Right.
he's
And they
that
have that
history,
trust. They have
that
that
history.
trust
Yes,
between each other. And
exactly.
right now, Gemma don't trust Clay at all.
Right, and she never will again, and he
Mm-mm.
knows that. Like he
Right.
knows there's no coming back from this. That's I think another thing that angers him because there's nothing he can do to fix it. There's
Mm-mm.
nobody he can threaten to fix it. Nobody he can have snatched to fix it. Like this is totally on you, dude. You did this. This
This
is
is
all you're
this
doing.
this is a Keith Sweat verse right here. Who can help Clay? Nobody.
Nobody. Nobody, baby. No,
Nobody.
not one.
You is on your own, player. You is on your
Don't
own right
save
now.
him. You don't want to be saved. Don't save him. But
Ain't nobody to save him.
nope, no, no. Like
Not none of the sons
the
from no
devil don't
other
even want to
chapter.
play.
Right. The devil sitting up there like, I'm waiting on him to come on down here and clock in.
No, the devil don't even want his ass. The devil don't.
Look,
Like he gonna
now.
have to start a whole.
That's the only
He gonna have to start his own alternative hell.
the devil take anybody now. That's probably the only person that do want Clay right about now. The
He
devil
probably got something special for Clay. Like
the
he been
devil
waiting.
sitting
Like
at
I've
the
been waiting
gates
on
of
this.
hell like this. Clay time almost up. Because I mean, if you watch Lucifer, so
No, he looking at it like, my nigga.
that part too. Can't wait for you to get here, playing.
I got a bottle. Let's pop this bottle. Go pop a
We
bottle of
ain't got
water.
no ice, but we gonna
Go
pop
pop
this
a bottle
bottle,
of water up in hell. See,
girl. Because I
they
mean, if
gonna
you
do
watch some
something.
of the
They
shows,
pop holy water in hell. Ooh, let me make
is it
a
flavored?
drink. Let me make a drink. Let me patent that. A drink or a wine called holy water.
But yeah, girl, no, I'm just sitting up here saying like, yeah, that's about the only person that want him, and they can't even help him. They're just waiting on him to get there so they could turn up. Cause can't nobody help him. Jesus, the Holy Ghost, the Holy Spirit, God Himself. Nobody could come down here and touch Gemma on her shoulder and make her forgive him. It's not
No, it's
happening.
just not happening.
Mm-mm.
It's just not happening. But speaking of non forgiveness, poor Otto, like he has endured way too much and has
Way too
done way
much.
too much for this club. So he finally sits
Hey,
down with
BB.
Potter again. Like this Potter just creeps me the fuck out. But
Something
Potter
wrong with
was
him.
slightly truthful this time. When he asked Potter who he was, Potter told him who he was, even told him his real name. I was really proud and surprised at Potter. I'm like, that's how you do, Potter? Like, you're capable of that shit? What up, BB? Hey, girl, hey. What's going on?
Hey, sometimes you gotta tell the truth. What do they say? You can get more bees than with honey than vinegar.
Yes.
So
Yes.
sometimes telling the truth gonna get you what you want. And sometimes you gotta lie to get a pass. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know, sometimes when telling the truth goes wrong, sometimes you just, I mean, it's just certain things you know better. Certain things you just can't say. It is what it is. But I feel that he has done so much for the club that he deserved way better. Like, I don't know, like they should have found a way to sneak in a finger of George's or something for him, or something, like give him a strand of Luann's hair or something.
But
Like this man
here's
needs
the thing that I
something.
don't get. Why Bobby tell Otto that he had already snatched Georgie and he hadn't? So then when Georgie really got snatched and Otto found out about it, now we got problems.
Well, I mean, he already had found out from Potter, so he tried to really. So he made it right. He made it right. He should have been made it right, but like I said, it was going to cause more problems for the club, and everything was fine and dandy for him until Potter big ass mouth went and said something. You know, and come on, baby, we have to have sympathy for Otto in this type of situation, though. Okay, this type of situation. We met we met Otto in prison, so we all we know is that he has always held down the club. So we have to have some sympathy,
And we
baby.
got to clap for him when he had butted Stall.
Yes,
That was
thank
the
you for
highlight of
that.
my day.
That was beautiful. That was beautimous,
Yes.
as Mama June would say, beautimous. But yeah, she had that shit coming, and that was a beautiful thing. So yes, I mean, listen, everything he did was for the club, though. He's a
Mm-hmm.
menace, but he was a menace for the club. If we're not going to have any sympathy for Otto, then that means we can't have sympathy for nobody. Nobody, because they've all done something, but
All
Otto has
done
done it in the
something.
name of the club. Otto already knew he was going to get out. Well, he did have a chance to get out until he just started doing what he had to do for the club. So, yes, so they deserve everything. They should have been putting like the highest things on his book. Like he shouldn't have to want for nothing, or Luann shouldn't have to want for nothing. And all he wanted was Luann to be safe. That's all he wanted. My issue is Otto was never getting out. He married a lady the other night who moved on to films. Who cares who was bumping her stretched? Oh my
Oh,
god.
she about to take me out for real, for real.
Not a stretched out portal. Why? What the
Woo. Alrighty.
a stretched out portal? I'm gonna have to use that one, BB. I'm gonna
Mm.
have to remember that and use it. Stretched out portal. Let me write that down. What's stretched out
Yeah, I
portal?
ain't never heard that one. That's a whole new professional way to call somebody loose. Next time somebody make me mad, in a professional setting, I would be like, don't nobody want you with your stretched out portal.
I'm like, on
Right?
me, on the other hand, I'm gonna use it in the most derogatory way. Stretched out portal, bitch.
You know what I'm saying? That's back in the day when they used to say somebody had a loose caboose. You know what I'm saying? You
Or
got
in a
to,
sexy way, you gonna come over and stretch out this portal tonight.
hey, daddy. We are bad. We are really,
I'm
really bad.
sorry. I'm sorry. Speaking of stretched out portal,
Oh Lord.
Wendy
And
don't
stretched
came
out
bearing
portals
gifts.
and veins.
Wendy's back bearing gifts with flowers and things. She does look good there from last time we saw the junkie whore. So we gotta give it to her. She looks very nice and dandy. Oh
Did you hear
hey,
what I said? Stretched out portal and veins.
oh my
And
god.
keep in mind, y'all, I'm sober, okay? So, you know.
Ah, baby. She said
I'm
she trying to
trying to
be
be
classy.
right. Let me tell you something. You and nowadays you have to find ways to tell somebody to go to hell without exactly saying go to hell. Like, when you be like per my last email, or when you
Yeah,
CC the supervisor, like, look, I ain't trying to tell on you, but I'm telling on you, you know what I'm saying?
right. That crank whore. crank. Crank is cracked. Crank is cracked. Okay. Okay. So this, I mean, you know what? Juice scares me in this state of mind. He
Yes.
nervouses me. He
Because
nervouses me
he
a
looked
lot
like the
in this state.
devil. He looked like the devil has entered his body.
Yes. Yes. He
Look how
looks
his
exactly
veins is popping out, the way his eyebrows is arched, the
yes.
tattoo on his head. Like, I mean, they did a good job of pulling those facial expressions out of him and making him look like he was possessed by a demon or something.
Yes. Um he has really good range. Theo Rossi, like he has really good range. I have seen a couple of movies of his. Like he is really good. Him and Kim Coates, Tig, they just did a movie together recently. So they
Oh, okay.
reunited and had a movie together. So this did go very well. She was set the fuck up. Gemma, stay setting the bitch up. And she couldn't wait to set her ass up. So she comes in thinking she about to see Abel. She meets Chucky in his hands.
Poor Chucky.
He declined. She declined on shaking Chucky's hand. Poor Chucky, yes, poor Chucky. But he accepts that. And so she comes in. She ain't an Abel in sight, but you see Gemma fucked up ass want
Right.
to make all these demands. Now, this is where I didn't understand. Like, you don't like her, but you say you're going to help her, but then Tara's going to whoop your ass if you do, but you claim you love Tara now and all of this shit. And so it's like, I really didn't understand what her angle was at first when I saw this for the first
Hurt
time.
people,
What is
hurt
this to
people.
it? Like, whose side is you really on? Then you have to realize the only side Jim is on is hers.
Of
So you never
course.
know what she's going to do.
Of course.
Because that's how Gemma rolls. That's how Gemma goes. Oh, man. See, this is, I wish this would have progressed. I wish we would have seen something happen between Gemma and Tig more. I wish that would have went further. That would have
Okay,
been.
first of all, let's be clear. Gemma old as dirt. Okay, now granted, she still got her little banging ass body, but she old as dirt. Have you seen the women that be throwing themselves at Tig? Come on now. And even when she threw himself with him the one time in the hallway, both of them was smart enough to know they was gonna end up unalived if they'd have went through with it, because Clay wasn't having that. Not to mention she beat to the gods right now. Like, and I don't mean in a good way, like her face was beat down. Like, there's nothing
Like,
sexy or attractive
of
about that.
course not
You
right
got
now.
an
Of
old
course, I
beat
didn't
up
want
lady. You
something to
got
happen in
a
that
old
moment.
lady that's old and beat up. Like, there ain't nothing sexy about that. Like, no. I mean, come on now. Don't get me wrong. When Gemma want to, she can be bad. Like in the future episodes when she pulled Nero, yeah, Gemma was getting her groove back. I ain't mad at her. But right here in this moment, she looked like an old beat up hag. And ain't don't nobody want no parts of that.
True that. Oh, I can't wait till Nero gets here. But she's gonna go through her whole phase and fucking get with Joe McHale guest stars on a couple of episodes, and he totally fucks her over, and she gets drunk and gets into a ditch with the kids, and that's
Hmm.
when she didn't want that to deal with anymore. So that's when the real star gets ruthless. But we got a whole nother that starts next season. Yeah, that's next season. So who? Oh, next season. We all know what next season is.
Mm.
Opie's death. I'm not looking forward to watching that.
No, not I. Like even when I saw that fight coming, I knew. You know, they start playing that music, and you know something bad about to happen. So I'll be watching like this.
And it really threw me for a loop, and I guess it messed me up because that's like the one time the homeless woman didn't show up to warn me that something bad was about to
Well, you
happen.
didn't hear the music, and you saw when all
Well,
them dudes
I
came
I
in
felt
there.
the tension. I couldn't even hear the
Right,
music.
I already knew when all them was it like 4 or 5 black dudes went in the room and they was like, "Yeah, you got to send somebody in," and Jax was gonna go, and then Opie said, "Nah, I'm gonna go," and
No, it
then
wasn't no black dudes. It was some white dudes with pipes.
I thought it was the black dudes.
No, that's when Juice had got beat up last
Oh, okay,
week.
okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. When
I
they was in prison last time, it was a black.
okay. See, they gone to prison too many times. I'm getting confused.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. I believe Tig and Gemma had a long lasting understanding. They would meet up and handle the business. After that kiss they shared, that wasn't surprising to them both. For real. I mean, I just would have liked the storyline more of that. I would have liked to have kept it on the low. Like, of course, Clay could never find out because that would be
And y'all know that Tig is full of diseases. He was messing with the little Mexican chicks and got one of them pregnant. I'm surprised his thing is still on his body. Like y'all know he will put it in anything. Anything.
really. I am surprised that they swelled up and fell off by now as well.
Because
He's
I
still
believe,
intact. I mean,
because wait a minute, ain't Tig the one that messes with the transgender guy? Yeah, like I said, in anything.
he's here for he takes a good time.
Handing out STDs like Halloween candy.
Takes a good time, okay? Takes a good time.
Walking
He
STD.
like what he like, okay?
Walking
He like what he like.
Tig got a neon sign on his forehead. If you want an STD, come see me.
Wow, there's a t-shirt.
Yep, just like people said,
Uh,
Tig's about a
a
hole in the
who is a
wall.
whole. Tig is definitely a whole is a whole kind of guy. Definitely, Tig is whole kind of guy through and through.
And
Okay,
honestly, if they would have showed, I understand Gemma was going through some don't nobody want me shit. And okay, I get that. But if Tig and Gemma would have did anything, it would have devalued her just it just would have, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody is in the club so much is hot, holding
but
her
that's
hot as
me
all.
because Clay is an asshole and forget him. Look
I
what he
get that.
look what he did to her and
I
freaking
know,
half sack with
but the
Terry.
queen does not sleep with peasants.
But Tig isn't considered a peasant. Tig would be considered a knight.
Whatever. They don't sleep with them either. Well, they do, but they're not supposed to.
a prawn, a brook, a knight, one of
Yeah,
them. Maybe
just
not king, but shit, he might have been a
you
brook.
saw what happened in the House of Dragons when somebody slept with their knight. Their life was ruined from then on out. So yeah.
Yeah, true,
Hmm.
true. But it just would have been great. I mean, I'm sure Kurt would have found a way to make it magical and wonderful and beautiful, and it would have been like one of the greatest highlights of the series.
I can't
Um,
see Tig doing anything romantic.
I mean, but Clay hasn't done anything romantic, so it's not about the romance. Like Gemma says at some point to Nero when he comes on, what does he say? Men need to be loved, women need to be wanted. There's a difference.
I mean,
When men
I
need to be
totally
wanted,
get it,
women need to be
but
loved.
you know, I mean, Tig's idea of being romantic is buying flavor condoms. Let's just, you know,
That's romantic to him. I'm sure. I'm
yeah.
absolutely sure it is. Absolutely. He even gets to let you pick the flavor.
Look, he's one of them people that come in. You think it's a dozen roses and it's a dozen condoms and a bottle of Jack.
Hey, Jack, I ain't mad at that. Hey, if it's a good time, it's a good time. Tiggs for a good time. I told you.
And if he's good time, not long term.
Look how sinister this motherfucker look right here.
But
The
why is
hair is
hair
good.
look? You
Can
just
we
got
find out
you
what
just
the hair
was
is
wait,
doing?
hold on. Let's pause. Let's leave the picture up. You was just in the fight of your life with your boo thing, and your hair is still in perfect fucking condition.
Well, it's the next day.
His hair was perfect last week too.
Now when he came back to the clubhouse looking a little more roughed up, he had a couple of strands out of place.
A couple.
Look,
Okay.
a couple of
That was
strands
from the
out of
bike.
place.
That was from the bike ride over.
The wind through his head.
That man got more Brill cream in his head. He didn't bought it back. Look, they didn't went out of business, and he didn't brought them back to the stock market. Okay.
But the hair is good.
I know it looked good. I'm just saying.
The hair good.
You don't even look remotely sad. Like you remember what was that
You
dude?
look remotely pissed.
Remember what was that dude on put a ring on it that was all doubled up in the bathroom, throwing up and stuff when his girl um went out on a date. This man don't got no remorse, no sadness, no pitiful look about him at all. This motherfucker act like he ready to go be a Calvin Klein underwear model or something.
You know what? She should have told him that she about her and Tig's situation right before Jack pow pow pow. Just a little insult to Izzy. I just wanted him to just have the worst death
Trust when he
ever.
gets to hell and he goes through his little hell loop over and over again. Or maybe like when you go, they just have a whole reel of all your fuck ups. Like, you know how they'd be like at the beginning of the BET movies, and then it'd be like, I bet you're wondering why how I got here. Let me take you back. And that's how they do when you get to hell. You want to know how you got here? Come on, let me take you back.
Let's go on this journey with me. Come
Roll
on,
this beautiful bean
come
footage.
on, come on, let's do this. You know, back in the day, you know, what
Right.
had happened was
And they just roll by every possible screw up you could have ever had. And
absolutely.
that's how you ended up here.
So we are introduced to Gallon. Yeah, Gallon has finally made his way through another asshole I do not like in the series. But here he is, and he is, with the Irish. They've got these guns, trying to move it, trying to get this muscle going. They got those things. You see how they was shooting off those things? And oh, rest in peace to Kozik. Dang, Kozik, you went out like that. Gee, I forgot that's how it went out because I kept saying, "What happened to Kozik? What happened to him?" I forgot. That's what happened to Kozik. Oh shoot! And then his forearm ends up on Juice. Juice was done after that. That
Done.
was another reason why Juice was all shook up.
Like,
Because
don't be having no body parts falling out the sky on me. This ain't an episode of Bones, okay?
right. But Juice was like, what the hell? Like he was over it. But no, when they had to retrace their steps back, Juice definitely does still have his that definitely had the death wish, because you see how he just walked back without a care in the world. He was like clear. He was all the way, and Jackson Chips is looking at him like,
Like, what the hell is
no,
wrong with this
like
fool?
chill out, slow down. Look where you going. Like, look up, nigga. Like shit. Even though he is black. Look up, nigga. Shit.
Right. I
Or
mean,
look down,
you can tell
rather.
when somebody is just like giving up all hope.
Child.
Like he the type that he ain't finna look ways before he crossed the street. You know what I'm saying? He just,
Pitiful. Yeah.
you know.
Right. Right. So, still Opie has not seen Piney. He tried
Right.
to go see him, but Clay's like, hey, stay back. We might need some extra men. We
Good
need
old
you.
lying
So
ass.
he never went. But finally, he's like, he's going to get Pops. Whoop, whoop, whoop. He needs to see him. And so he figures Piney ain't going to be able to ride back. So he takes the pickup, and Unser, who's still there, he's like, oh shit. Yeah, I need to go see what's up. So he follows Opie to the cabin, and Opie finally finds Piney laid out, body just been ripe as ever. And he
And I
comes
was wondering
brother.
why Gemma and Unser didn't do nothing. And you know what I'm saying? That's just disrespectful.
Well, see, Usher, he's too busy trying to pin it on Clay, because he mad and wants, Opie to find out so Opie can snatch Clay for what because he mad for what Clay did to Gemma. You should have known that would have been the final straw. You could do anything to me, but if you do anything to Gemma, Unser ain't having it. So now he ready for Clay to be snatched. And so he wants to pin it on him, but Gemma's like, no, 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 no. We ain't trying to do that. Nah, nah, nah. Like, you ain't gonna take away what I don't took all this time building. And so, Gemma, she ain't going down without a fight. Like, this is her empire. Like, she will die in it. Period.
Right.
So when Usher had to come, and the first thing Opie was like, who did this? The Mexicans. Everyone think the Mexicans did it for retaliation. It's always retaliation first. But I did not think Usher was gonna be diarrhea at the mouth and mention it all. Like, yeah, he did your daddy. He tried to do you, but he ended up doing your wife, and he tried to do Gemma. What you gonna do? Like, Unser laid it all out. He was not holding back no
Mm,
more. I was like,
no
damn,
more.
Unser, like shit.
He didn't grew a set of balls.
Basically, like, they came out of nowhere. He grew him on the way. He grew him the moment he saw Gemma face. That's what had happened was. Like, do whatever, but you ain't gonna mess with my girl.
Right.
Gemma is Unser's girl. No matter what, I always question Juice's storyline. Did he not know
Yeah.
Chip's wife is black? I mean, yeah, but he wasn't in the club, and that was before time. You can have sex with black people. You see, Bobby had a good old time with homegirl, and was it season 1 or 2? What the first thing he wanted was some black bomb kickity kickity. So
Mm-hmm.
ain't no problem. They don't discriminate when it come to that. That's no big deal. But Juice, and plus the whole fact Juice was also dealing with the fact that he had betrayed the club because he tried to take, the coke, and he's trying to be basically an informant for Potter. And that was another thing. When he goes into the room and he sees everything, he's like, oh, y'all really played me. Like, y'all did me good. And so he was going off at Roosevelt. He was going off at Potter. Like, it was just not good for Juice. So he had to have finally had that outlet, which was at least telling about his daddy. So we gonna give Juice that one. We gonna give him that one, okay? We gotta give him that one. So anyway, yeah. So once Opie sees Once Unser tells Opie everything, Opie's on a mission. He's like, oh my goodness. So while he don't made his way, he's on his way to the club. Meanwhile, Jax finds out that Opie has went and found out and everything. So now Jax is on his way to the club. Meanwhile, he is just chilling. Clay's just chilling, waiting. Got his pistol on the table, cigarette in his mouth. You see the lights come. You know Opie's here. I was so shook a booty waiting, like, oh my God, what is going to happen? Because somebody about to shoot somebody. Is somebody about to get snatched? You know, I was like, this is sort. I knew it wasn't the finale. I don't think I was keeping up with the algorithm of the show, so I didn't think I wondered if it was. I probably think I wondered if it was a finale or not knowing how many episodes were left yet. So yeah, that was a conundrum for me. Because I didn't know there was going to be because there's an extra episode of season 4. So I was like, oh my goodness, how is all this going to end? It was too much. But when he kicked in the doorway, in the flow, Opie was ready for it. But Jax came in. Like, why did he do that? I did not want. That's like one of the few times I was so mad at Jax. Like, you should have let him do it. That would have been sweet victory. I felt he deserved that. You know, your wife tried to do you know, like, that's just too much. Did your daddy? Like, I felt like Obi should have had some type of peace, but he did pow him in the chest, and that's when the episode went off.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby looks mixed himself. What did he do
with that curly hair?
This whole storyline made no sense. Jax was a snitch too, and they let that ride because it benefited them. He still told. He told with it was a plan to tell. It was a plan to tell. And yeah, it was about to be a wrap, but they was all about to go away. Something had to be done. And with that, he was able to snatch your family, and he was able to snatch finally snatch Stall.
Yeah.
So I feel like there was no other way around that one. That's why it
was a means to an end. It's one thing if you snitching to save your ass. It's another thing if y'all came up with a plan to say what needed to be said to eliminate the enemy.
Right. So yeah, he did tell, but I mean, shit, if he didn't, they'd still be in jail. So he had to. Because he had to be able, because if he hadn't, he also had to clear Gemma. Because Gemma's fuck ups, as always. So he had to take care of her. So Jax was in a box. Or if he hadn't, everybody else would have been in the box sooner or later. Because they all would have been in jail, including Gemma. And Tara was probably be raising everybody's kids. And, you know, so it had to be done, BB. Shoot, we had to give the man a break. We had to.
Yeah, Tara and Wendy would have became sister wives so they could watch all these damn kids.
Right. So, see, at this point, Tara probably would rather let Lila come back and help her before she let Wendy.
Well, you know, that's not necessarily true because towards the end, you know.
Well, toward the end, yeah, but at this point right now, yeah, that wouldn't have happened. But toward the end, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, so so we will be back next week with the last 2 episodes of season 4. We will be saying goodbye to season 4, and we had to say goodbye to Jack Spud's haircut because he seemed to have grown his hair for episode 11. So I didn't even get a full season of him with the buzz cut, but I did get 11 beautiful episodes, and I'll take that because by episode 12 the hair was all the way back. It was just wrapped. It was gone. So now we're about to get Bad Jax back, and we are at that. So it's next week is Act 1 and Act 2, and we'll be saying goodbye to season 4. And we will be back tomorrow with the new episodes of A Crazy in Love Season 2 in Jasmine's Cabaret, New York on Dina's channel at 10/9 Central Time. So make sure y'all is there, okay? And if you're wondering where we were for last night for Love and Marriage Detroit, well, the episode was just mess, so we are going to do the 2 episodes together next Sunday when we are going to be doing the finale, because the finale, I believe, is next Sunday. And everything is good to go, y'all. You know. And I'm sorry I didn't do a variety show. I'm sorry. I've been busy. I've been busy. I've been doing
life been lifing.
Life is life, but when I do a variety show, I'm gonna be nice and fucked up, and I'm gonna go through everything. So I might be on for like 2 hours. So
Lord.
we just gonna have a good time.
Hey.
Just gonna have a good time. Dina, if you ain't doing shit, you want to come and speak, come on up.
Well, I don't know when you're doing it, but next.
I don't know either. That's the thing.
Next week, Monday, starting Monday to Friday, I'll be in Vegas for the Hilton conference.
Whoop, whoop,
so I won't be able to do nothing. So everything will be on pause next week.
Well, we wish you well with your travels and endeavors and have a good time and bring me back something good.
Look, I'm burnt out on Vegas.
So Opie definitely deserved that moment. But here he comes to save the day.
Oh, Captain Save a Hoe looking ass.
Captain Save a Hoe looking ass. That's exactly what that was. And see you here to see the hair is completely back. Freaking bully. But okay, y'all. We will see y'all tomorrow night on Dina's channel. Be there with a drink and with your therapist because we all need one. Y'all know how we do. Thanks for watching. We out this nasty thing.